Hey, good evening, everybody. This is David Hood with TigerNet.com in the press box at Duke's Wallace Wade Stadium, where the number 9 Tigers, the erstwhile number 9 Tigers, have suffered a 28-7 defeat at the hand of Mike Elko's Duke team. Duke came out ready to play from the start. Clemson looked off target, out of sync from the start. Cade Klubnik came out on the first drive, misfired on a couple of passes, and it just didn't ever look good from an offensive standpoint for the Tigers. Now, that's not to say that they didn't have some chances. I actually just wrote in a piece that this is eerily reminiscent of the Tennessee game where the Tigers kind of lead in a lot of statistical categories: 422 total yards, very balanced, 209 through the air, 213 on the ground, only one penalty for 5 yards, 29 first downs. I think that's the same number of first downs they had against Tennessee. But it's in the red zone where the Tigers really struggled. Just one of four down there. Had a field goal that was blocked, another one that just looked, I don't know what happened on it, maybe just too low, didn't get up. Tigers back inside the red zone a couple of more times. There was a fumble on a mesh play, then there was a fumble by Phil Maffa as he got hit as he tried to spin. Tigers found some success in the running game, kind of late in the game. On a fourth down, Cade Klubnik slid too early. There was a personal foul on the play. Didn't matter. He slid too early. That turned the ball over. Seemed like every time Clemson would start to get just a little bit of momentum, there would be some kind of mistake. And so now this is a program that, you say, okay, this is the start of the season. It's a new team, a new year, new coach in Garrett Riley. So maybe you give a little bit of a pass. But this is now a program that's lost 3 out of 4 games. Lost to South Carolina, 31-30, beat North Carolina in the ACC championship game, but then lost to Tennessee, and now has lost to Duke. If you look at the recruiting rankings, Clemson, that 247 has Clemson 5, Duke 66. And that tells you a lot. You look at the players out on the field, you go, man, Clemson looks the part, but they didn't play the part. And it was in all three phases of the game where Clemson really struggled. Offense struggled, defense 374 total yards. You can kind of live with that. On third down, I'm sitting here looking at it. Duke 5 of 15. That's pretty decent, but they averaged 10.3 yards on per completion, 6.6 yards per rush. That is not winning football in any way. A lot of arm tackles that were missed. Clemson defenders bad angles. And how about this? 0 sacks for a Clemson defensive line that is really supposed to be elite. 4 tackles for 12 yards, or 4 tackles for loss for 12 yards. But so now this is a Clemson program that there's questions, man. That there's the wide receivers didn't gain separation. The middle of the field not used. Everything went sideways rather than vertical. Everything was kind of horizontal. So a lot of questions right now. It didn't look like a new offense. It looked like the same offense as last year. So this is David Hood. We've got to go get some interviews done at Wallace Wade Stadium.